out, and so we want to work because it's good. Yeah. I know. The peach berry or whatever it was. It was the apple jelly. Oh. Did you win this time?
Welcome to Royal Stadium in Kansas City, where today, Game 2 of, it's April 21st, 1986. It is the New York Yankees taking on the Kansas City Royals. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, your friend, the STM, is today for Kansas City as we're playing SOM New York Yankee Baseball right here on the PC versus the Kansas City Royals. This is a televised game on WPIX. So we'll go ahead and broadcast this one right here over the air on the network. The Royals have taken the field. Both teams come in kind of winning on having their issues. We'll go ahead and give you the statistics. The Yankees are finally starting to find some offense in their step, but it means not totally out of the way of teams. They are still in last place in most divisions.
Prescriptions that I have left. I think it's $4.
Let's look at the one stats once again, and we'll take a look at that, and then we'll get to baseball. The Royals defensively is going to be Rudy Law in left, Willie Wilson in center, Darryl Motley in right. That's a 3, 2, and 3. George Brett, Buddy Biancolata, Frank White, Steve Balboni, Jim Sundberg behind the plate, and Mark Gubicza on the mound. Mark Gubicza's 0-1, 2.25 ERA. He's only given up 9 hits in 12 innings, 5 walks, and 9 strikeouts. For the Yankees, offensively, little difference in their lineup. Ricky Henderson leading off in center, Ken Griffey in left, Don Mattingly at first, Ron Hassey behind the plate, Dave Winfield in right, Mike Easler is your DH, Mike Palurudo at third, Willie Randolph at second, and Bobby Meacham is your shortstop.
How about that?
Let's see if we can find some statistics here for the Yankees and Royals today. Just waiting for my second copy of my Stratomatic to pull up on your computer. Yes, if you're playing the game, get 2 running at the same time, only 1 game, but you can always use the second one as a stat package in case you're wondering about, statistics, or if you're playing a game on the second game. And give you some numbers in the American League. Right now, the Yankees are again, like I said, they're starting to come out of their way out. The Yankees are 4. They're currently 4-8. They've won 2 in a row. They've lost 6 out of the last 10. Kansas City's 9-4. At the top of the AL West, they've won 6 out of 10, but they've lost their last game. Let's look at the grand totals, which I kind of always like to see. The Yankees right now are hitting 250. That is below league average, which is 271. The Royals are hitting 259. That's just above. So both teams are kind of just sitting above level for that. Royals have hit 19 home runs. The Yankees only hit 10. The Royals team ERA is 3.13. That is well above the team league ERA. That's third in the American League, while the New York Yankees right now are 11th in ERA, 4.72. They have not been getting starting pitching lately. Ed Whitson kind of saved the team with a great start in the opener of the series. Bob Tewksbury will be the pitcher here in game number 2. Well, ready to play here. Our little pregame shot over. Let's get first pitch as Mark Gubicza and the Kansas City Royals come out and pitch for these Royals. So Ricky Henderson will step up, and for play-by-play, here's the Scooter, Phil Rizzuto. Thank you, STM, and we welcome you to Kansas City in a beautiful ballpark here, connected to Arrowhead Stadium here in this beautiful Kansas City complex. Ricky Henderson coming in hitting .235, 3 doubles, a homer, and 4 RBIs. In 51 at-bats, has 5 walks, 6 strikeouts, only has 2 stolen bases. Sundberg sets down the target, and Mark Gubicza is ready to go here in Kansas City. Let's get this started. First pitch, and that's going to be a 2-7 base hit right field, and there you go. First base of the ball game belongs to the Yanks. They're starting off in the right foot again. Ricky's on. Gubicza is a +2. It's a -2 to hold and a -1 for Sundberg. So Ricky's going on a -1. So we're definitely going to go for second. Let's see if Ricky gets it. And he doesn't get it, but he's still going 1-12. Does he take the attempt with Ken Griffey up, who has had a hot bat, 281, a double, homer, and 4 RBIs? With Don Mattingly in this batter, you may take the base. Ricky's going to be Ricky. Try it 1-12. Here's a throw, not in time. So Ricky gets the stolen base. He got that one, I believe, off Gubicza. He had a walking lead here on the turf, and he was in second without even a throw. So runner on second, nobody out. Here is Ken Griffey. You can see he's starting to work his way out of his slump. He's about 32 times. Lupinello needs to start getting this left-handed hitting lineup in more against the righties. A double homer, 4 ribbies. Runner on second. Yankees trying to get up on the scoreboard early. Sundberg sets to the target. Gubicza from the stretch. Runner on second, nobody out. Here's a pitch to Griffey. And that's going to be a 4-7 ground ball to second. White's a 1. That should get the runner over to third. He makes it. Oh, and Blake White bobbles it. That's a rare error. White let it play him, and Griffey's on at first. So the Yankees now a 2-on and no outs. And now here comes the Yankee who's starting to feel his oats, Don Mattingly. Hitting .300 on the early year, 50 at-bats, 5 doubles, 3 homers, 10 RBIs. And Donnie Baseball has a chance to do something here. So here's Sundberg, puts down the sign. Mattingly steps up to the plate, left-handed batter, goes out for the stretch. Royals play the field back, willing to give up a run. They get 2 outs for the price of 1. Gubicza from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Mattingly, and that's a 2-3 ground ball second. White goes beyond Colada to Balboni, double play, 4-6-3. But the Yankees get a run process, but no RBI. There's 2 outs, and here is Ron Hassey. Moving up in the 4th spot today, he is 3 for 15 with a double, hitting .200, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Sundberg sets down the target. Mark Gubicza, after getting a double play ball, has 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Hassey, and that's a 6-12 single on the 12 base hit, Hassey. So Hassey's on board with the base hit. Here is Dave Winfield hitting .326, 3 doubles, 2 homers, 8 runs batted in. Sundberg puts down the sign for him. Yankees already have 2 hits in the inning. The error by Frank White. We'll have to check and see if they allow that one to be an unearned run. Most likely because the inning probably would have been over. Can't assume a double play, but it still allowed the Yankees to kind of extend this inning. Gubicza from the stretch. Runner on first, 2 outs. Hassey not going anywhere. Here's the pitch to Winfield. And that's going to be a 3-8 ground ball short. Biancolata over to White for the easy play. Yankees get 1 run, 2 hits, a huge error by Frank White. We've played 1/2 inning. Yankees 1, Kansas City coming up the bat. Let's look at again the official score. They have decided that run was unearned, so Gubicza's run will not go against the ERA. So he's gone the full inning, 1 run, not earned. Yankees defensively, Griffey, Henderson, Winfield. That's a 3-1-1 again. Palurudo, Meacham, Randolph, Mattingly. That's a 2-4-2-1. Palurudo definitely the better upgrade, but we'll talk about him when he comes up to bat as he has really struggled with hitting. Ron Hassey is behind the plate. And on the mound for the Yankees, Bob Tewksbury. He's looking for his first win of the year. He's 0-2, 6.43 ERA, 23 hits in 14 innings. That's way too much. 1 walk, that's good. 6 strikeouts and 3 home run balls. So let's look at Bob Tewksbury a little bit closer inside the camera lens. And we look at what he has looked like this year. He's made both starts. He's lost both. He's gone 6 innings. 6 innings the one time and 8 innings the other. His last start was get 5 runs, 5 earned, 1 walk, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. and he had 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and gave up 2 home runs in the loss. So back on the 17th of the month, as we are on the 21st. He's coming off 18, 19, 20, 3 days rest. So here's the Royals. It'll be Law leading off, followed by Wilson and Brett, White, Balboni, McCrazer, DH, Motley, Sundberg, and Biancolata. Here is Rudy Law hitting .268, 2 doubles and a ribby. He's been hitting the Yankees well this year. Passy sets in the target. Tewksbury with the windup. Here's the pitch to Law, and that's a 5-9. Pop the third. Palurudo there makes the catch, and there's 1 out. Bob Tewsbury throws he throws in the strike zone, will not strike out a lot of guys. Again, he is like Ed Whitson. He prefers to be on now he's a reverse of Whitson. He prefers to be on the other side of the ledger when he pitches to people. He's a 4L. So if he pitches to a lot of lefties, he will be very effective. Royals have more righties in the lineup. They actually have 5 or 6 consecutive righties. So that will mean he'll have to pitch more to Kansas City's own cards or pitch to their bats, because he doesn't want to be behind the count, or he's going to get hurt on his own card is how I look at it. Willie Wilson, the batter, 1 out in the first. He's hitting .281, no homers, 6 runs batted in, a walk, 6 strikeouts. Again, he only had 34 steals on the year, and he only had 1 this year. Hassey puts down the sign. Tewksbury with the windup. Here's a pitch to Wilson, and that's a 3-5. Ground ball to second. Randall's got it. Flips it to Mattingly, and that's out number 2. And here's the guy giving the Yankees fits. Always has George Brett. He's hitting .295, 3 doubles, 2 homers, and 12 runs batted in. So Brett comes up, left-handed hitter against Tewksbury. Hassey puts down the target. Tewksbury looks in. Here's the windup and pitch to Brett. That's a 5-6, 5 ball to right. Winfield's there, makes the catch, and Tewksbury gets a 1-2-3 inning. We go up to the second. It is no score. Al Red Sox fan has entered the beautiful world of Royal Stadium. Before it was known as Kauffman Stadium, probably one of the more prettier ballparks in the United States. 1986 SOM Yankee replay. Top and second, Yankees up 1-0 here on WPIX. Easler will be followed by Palurudo and Randolph. Easler hitting .265, 5 RBIs on the year. Again, not seeing a ton of action. He's starting to see a little bit more as we're progressing. Sundberg sets down the target, and Mark Gubicza looks in, and the windup pitch to Easler. Here's a 5-7 and ground ball to short. Biancolata's a 3-40. This could be a trouble. He gets it, throws, got him. Good throw by Buddy Biancolata. Gets Easler by a couple steps. 1 out. Here is Mike Palurudo. We talked about him earlier. He is not allowed to enter the dollar store. He cannot even get a Slurpee. He's hitting .97. 31 at bats, a triple, and an unbatted end. Let's see if they can get Mike maybe a piece of candy from the candy store. Sundberg puts down the sign. Gubicza from the windup. Here's a pitch to Palurudo, and that's going to be a 6. That's a 1-9. Nope, Frank White's right there, and Pags continues to struggle. 2 outs in the second. Here is Willie Randolph batting 8th in this lineup, hitting .273, a double, a triple, 5 ribbies. 2 outs here in the second. Sundberg puts down the sign. Mark Gubicza puts in. Here is the windup and pitch to Randolph. That's a 2-12. Ooh, struck him out. Good thing no injuries were on. We go to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 New York. So now for Royals, will be Frank White, followed by Steve Balboni and Hal McRae. Bottom of the second, here at the ballpark in Kansas City. White steps up. He's hitting .314, so he's hitting quite well on the season. He has 51 at bats, 4 doubles, 5 homers, 16 RBIs. This is Frank White's best offensive year when we play great teams. Frank, this is usually a year you take for Frank White, because you're getting 22 home runs out of a second baseman at a 1 defense. You cannot beat that with a stick. So one of the finer second base years you can grab. So here's White. He come up. He has, let's see what he did last game against the Yankees. He hit the Yankees extremely well in their series in New York. And then in the last game, again, his last game, White was 2 for 4, actually, with a run batted in. During the Yankees series at home, he actually went 3 for 13, 3 hits and 13 at bats. So here is White. Hasse puts down the sign. Tewksbury with the windup. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 110 deep drive to left field. Back goes Griffey at the track. Makes the catch, and he throws it in. Took Griffey to the track, but here in Kansas City, you got to really give it a ride to get it out of here. That was a ballpark home run, and here in Kansas City, it's only a 1-3. One out in the second. Here's Steve Balboni hitting a .196, 3 doubles, 2 homers, 4 RBIs. Has already struck out 17 times. Hasse sets down the target. Tewksbury with the windup, and here's a pitch to Steve Balboni. 5-5, and got the inside corner. Big strikeout on Balboni. So now here is Hal McRae with 2 outs. McRae hitting only .217, a double, a homer, and 4 ribbies. 2 outs in the second. Yanks lead 1-0. Just getting started here at Royal Stadium. Hasse puts down the sign. Tewksbury with the windup. Here's the pitch to McRae. And that will be a 5-9 ground ball to second. Randolph's got it. Goes to Mattingly. 2 outs. And that's the end of the inning. 3 out, 3 down. Go to Royals. Let's head to the third. 1-0 New York here on WPIX, home of the New York Yankees. Top of the third, Bobby Meacham the bat. He'll be followed by Ricky Henderson and Ken Griffey. Meacham's hitting .225. One of the brighter spots, if you can call 225 a bright spot. Meacham's been there in the key spots. He's had 4 doubles and 3 RBIs so far. Switch hitter, batting from the left side, hits better against these righties. Sundberg sets the target. Gubicza looks in and the pitch to Bobby Meacham. And that's a 1-8, and struck him out. Mark Gubicza with a big strikeout. Mark Gubicza's year, he went 12-6, 3.64 ERA. This is the beginning of one of Mark Gubicza's younger starts of his career, as he will blossom and become an excellent starter. Here's Ricky, singled, scored the first run on a double play ground ball by Mattingly back in the first inning. Henderson stole second, also in the inning. Sundberg sets in the target. Gubicza looks in and pitched to Henderson. And that's a 5-7. Got him on strikes. Ricky swung through it, 2 away. So Gubicza looking good so far through 2 2/3. Here's Griffey. He reached on there by Frank White, which ultimately allowed the Yankees to put a run at first and third, leading to the RBI, the non-RBI double play ball by Donnie. So 2 outs here in the top of the third. Yanks lead 1-0. Sundberg sets the target. Gubicza with the windup. Here's the pitch to Griffey, and that's a 6-4 fly ball to left. Law is there, makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down. Go to Yankees. Let's go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 New York. For the Royals, Darryl Motley to be followed by Jim Sundberg and Buddy Biancolata. Motley on the year hitting .205, 3 doubles, 4 homers, and 7 runs batted in. Bob Tewksbury looks in, gets the side. Tewksbury's looking really good in his first outing after a strong outing by Ed Whitson. Yankees are getting some good solid pitching in a ballpark normally known to give them fits. Hasse sets in the target. Tewksbury looks in and the pitch to Motley. And that's going to be a 4-4. Ground ball to third. Brett's at Palurudo's at .222. He fields it and throws. Mattingly came off the bag a little bit to field it. Palurudo with that flip almost took Mattingly off the bag. 1 away here in the third. And here's Jim Sundberg hitting .237, 3 homers, 7 RBIs. Average starting to drop a little bit since a good start. Hasse sets in the sign. Tewksbury looks in, and here's the kick and windup. And that's going to be a 4-7. Ground ball to second. Willie's a 2-24. It should be playable. He fields it and throws it out for the second out of the inning. So Bob Tewksbury, 2 quick outs here in the third. And here's a young shortstop that inspired a lot of people in the '85 World Series, Buddy Biancolata. Only hitting .111, 9 at-bats. He has a home run and 2 runs batted in. Hasse sets in the target. Tewksbury looks in the windup. Here's a pitch to Buddy. And that's going to be a 6-2, single 1-3, fly ball to right. Winfield's there, makes the catch, and that ends the inning. We played 3 here in Kansas City, 1-0 New York. As the score so far is 1-0 Yankees. The Yankees are 1 run on 2 hits and no errors. The Royals, nothing across with an error. So here's Don Mattingly. He'll lead off the 4th. Mattingly, first time up, grounded into a double play. That allowed the first run to score. So far, that's been the only scoring. Sundberg sets down the sign to target. Mark Gubicza looks in, and here's the windup to Mattingly, and it's going to be a 2-6 base hit left field for Donnie Baseball. So Donnie with a big hit. He's on first, and now here is Ron Hasse. Hasse singled his first time up. Boy, getting him in a hot bat would force the Yankees to play him more, I believe, and keep Waniger kind of off on the bench. Sundberg sets in the target now. Gubicza with a runner on first and nobody out. And here's the pitch to Ron Hasse. Hasse on a 4-10 line drive to deep left center field over Wilson's head. Let's see if it scores Mattingly first. It's a 1-14. 70% he scores. Wilson's going to throw it into Biancalana. Here comes the relay. The throw, not in time, not nearly enough. It's thrown offline. Yankees lead 2-0. So the Yankees tried to force a throw home, and Willie Wilson could not get a good throw in, and Biancalana kind of cut it off. Yankees score here and lead 2-0. RBI double, Ron Hasse. So the Yankees now with a 2 spot here, lead at 2-0 here in the fourth. And here is Dave Winfield. Sundberg sets in the sign. Gubicza from the stretch now. Yankees mounting a big inning with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. Gubicza from the stretch to pitch to Winfield. That's a 5-12 out back to Gubicza. Looks back at Hasse, holds him, throws the Balboni and get out number 1. Here is Michael Easler. The hitman has grounded out his first time up. Another bat the Yankees would like to see get hot. Again, this is not a ballpark for Mikey. This is more of an alley hitter type ballpark. Sundberg puts down the sign. Gubicza from the stretch. Runner on second and 1 out. The pitch to Easler. And that's going to be a 5-8. And got him on strikes. That is 2 outs here in the fourth. Here's the third baseman, Mike Palurudo. He continues to struggle. He may not be able to afford to put a quarter in the machines anymore. So Palurudo 0 for 1, lined out his first time up. He's got a runner in scoring position, but Mike Palurudo does not hit in the clutch either. So he has 2 more anti-hits, 2 more hits that turn into outs. So Mike looking just to break out of this awful slump. Sundberg sets in the target. Gubicza from the stretch. Runner on second, 2 out. Pitch to Palurudo. 3-9 line drive to right field. Back goes Motley at the track. Oh, at the wall, makes the catch, and Palurudo denied. Yankees get a run in the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Yankees lead by 2-0. Yankees 2 runs on 4 hits. The Royals no runs on no hits. Last of the fourth here at Royal Stadium. As the Royals come up here in Kansas City, again, let's let you know Yankees will be back in action tomorrow night. As the Yankees will again play these same Kansas City Royals in the third and final game of this trip. A win tonight will ensure the Yankees of a winning trip here in Kansas City, which is always good. In RL, real life, the Yankees swept the Royals, which to me was things you did not see a lot when you were a kid. The small park along with Texas were horror shows. They were bad ballparks always for Yankees to come in. They just never played well. And the turf always played to the Royals' advantage. They always had more speed. But now they swept them here in the actual in real life series. So the Yankees look to take at least the first 2 heading to tomorrow's finale. And that will be Dennis Rasmussen against Brooklyn's own Dennis Leonard. So Rudy Law to bat, bottom of the fourth. Hasse sets in the target. Tewksbury with the windup. Here's the pitch to Law. And that's going to be a 4-4 ground ball to third. Palurudo. He's a 2-E22. He fields it, and he dodges the errors in the middle of all of them. Oh, Pack threw in the dirt. He darted one. Mattingly scooped it. It stayed on the bag. Mattingly kind of eyed Palurudo, and now he shot put it over there. Mattingly had to come off and field it. Oh, he just saved Palurudo. Possibly a 2-base error. And now here's Willie Wilson with 1 out. Wilson's 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time to Tewksbury. Is eyeing Palurudo there. Boy, that could have been an unnecessary base runner. Hasse sets in the target. Tewksbury with the windup, and here's the pitch to Wilson. And that's a 4-2 ground ball to first. Mattingly's got it. Takes it to the bag himself. And that's 2 outs. So 2 quick outs for Bob Tewksbury here in the fourth. And now here's the third baseman, Mr. George Brett. Brett flied out his first time up. Tough situation for Tewksbury to be in. Ron Hasse puts down the sign. Tewksbury looks in, and the windup to Brett. And that's going to be a 2-4 ground ball back to Tewksbury. He's got it. He settles himself, throws a strike, and it ends the fourth inning. We head to the fifth. Yankees lead 2-0. We head to the top of the fifth. Top of the fifth here at the stadium. And Red Sox fan enjoying himself at the ballpark today, probably doing a lot of multiple task stuff here at the big ballpark in KC. And the fountains in the left always before they kind of did the remodel here. Just a beautiful, always when we watch games when you're a kid, kind of ballpark you always wanted to watch. Or if it was the Fenway and the Monsters, Kansas City and the Fountains, kind of a couple of the real pretty ones in America. So Willie Randolph the bat, followed by Meacham and Henderson. That would be a righty switch righty against Gubicza. Gubicza's a 1R, so it doesn't affect him one way or the other, lefty or righties. So far, Gubicza through 4 innings has given up 4 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts. He still trails by a run after a non-RBI double play ball by Mattingly in the first. And then the Yankees tacked one on in the fourth after an RBI double from Donnie. Actually, Donnie scored on a double from Hasse. Sundberg sets down the sign. Gubicza would wind up. Here's the pitch to Randolph. And that's a 6-6. Struck him out. Got him on the inside corner. Randolph walks away. Gubicza, huge strikeout here in the fifth. Here is Bobby Meacham. He's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time. So that's 5 for Gubicza. Sundberg sets down a sign, and Mark Gubicza looks in, and the wind-up to Meacham. Meacham on a 2-4 single, 1-3 whites right there, makes a nice little play. He had it played perfectly. Second out here in the fifth, and here's Ricky. Ricky 1 for 2, single, stole second, and scored at the first run of the first. And then he struck out back in the third. Sundberg sets down the target. Gubicza, the wind-up, and here's the pitch to Henderson. That's a 6-9. Draws the walk. That could be what the Yankees wanted. A 2-out walk, and here's Griffey. He steps up. Probably Ricky will be Ricky and try to run. Let's see. Does Ricky get the lead? No, he doesn't. Again, he'll be looking at a 60% chance to go off the non-lead. Henderson will take the lead again on the turf. Gubicza looks around now and working on the stretch. Gubicza not known to hold runners well. He's a +2. Ricky's going to get a good jump, and here comes Ricky. Throw, not in time. Henderson second stolen base, and the Yankees got a runner in scoring position for 2 outs, and here is Griff. But Griffey does not hit with runners in scoring position. He loses 2 hits due to the inability to hit with the runners in scoring position and 2 outs. So Griffey in the ball game reached on an error, which was huge in the first, and then flied out back in the third. He's 0 for 2 officially. Griffey a big chance to give a Yankees a tack-on run here in the fifth. Sundberg sets in the target. Gubicza from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Griffey. And that's going to be a 5-10. That's a single base hit, Griffey. I think he got the 1. He gets what is referred to, no, it was a single 1-11. I'm sorry. Single 1-11. And he got the 1. So it's first and third, 1 out, 2 outs. So a huge hit for Griffey. And now gives Don Mattingly life, and he comes up with 2 outs. This could be a big situation. Randolph into a double play in the first, which induced the first run. He singled in the fourth and scored the second run. Mattingly steps up against Gubicza. First and third, 2 outs. Sundberg sets in. Gubicza working from the stretch. First and third, 2 out. Pitch to Don Mattingly. 4-7 ground ball to second. Randolph's got it. 1-11. This should be an out. And White makes the play. Ends the inning. But the Yankees do not score. They strand 2 more. We go to the bottom fifth. It is 2-0 Kansas City. We'll now go to the bottom of the fifth. Give me 1 second. Just checking the phone. So last of the fifth, it'll be White, followed by Balboni and McRae, the batter. White 0 for 1. He fight out his first time up. Bob Tewssbury really in sync so far. Hasse puts down the sign for him. Tewksbury with the windup gives the pitch to White. And that's a 2-6 ground ball to short. Meacham's got it. He gets a good throw and throws to Mattingly for out number 1. Here is Steve Balboni. He's 0 for 1. And he steps up. He struck out his first time up. That was strikeout number 18 for Steve. Hasse puts down the sign, and Bob Tewksbury with the windup. Here's the pitch to Balboni. 4 ground ball to third. That's Palurudo again. He's at 222. He throws, got him for the out. This time Palurudo took his time and threw a strike to Mattingly for the second out. You really got to know your base runners when they step to the plate and how much time you're going to have, especially when you react from the hot corner. 2 outs in the fifth. Here's McRae. He's 0 for 1, grounded out his first time up. Third base is all about reaction and what to do with it once you get it. Passy puts down the sign for him. Bob Tewksbury looks in for the windup. Here's a pitch to McRae. And that's a 4-10. 5 on the center. Ricky's a 187. He'll get to this, but will he make the catch? And he snatches it for the third out. So Bob Tewksbury has given the Yankees 5 strong innings. It's 2-0 Yankees as we head to top of the inning here at the ballpark. And hello, World's Worst Gamer. Welcome aboard. 6th inning here at the big ballpark as things are starting to look differently here on our scoreboard. It'll be Ron Hassey, followed by Dave Winfield and Mike Easler. Hassey 2 for 2, single, drove in a run with a double in the fourth. Yankees up by 2-0. Yankees with 5 hits in the ball game. Sundberg puts down the sign. Gubicza looks in from the windup. Here's a pitch to Hassey. Hassey on a 5-8 and got him on the inside corner. So 1 out in the 6th. And here's Winfield. You don't see Mattingly strike out a lot. Winfield has grounded out twice. Sundberg puts down the sign. Mark Gubicza with the windup. And here's the pitch to Winfield. That's a 5-5-5 ball to center. Wilson won't move, makes the catch, and there's 2 away. Here's Mike Easler. So Easler 0 for 2. He grounded out and struck out back in the fourth. Sundberg puts down the sign. Mark Gubicza looks in from the windup. Here's the pitch to Easler. 1-7 and struck him out. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. This has turned into a Bob Tewksbury show. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Yankees lead 2-0. For the Royals, Darryl Motley, Jim Sundberg, and Buddy Biancalata, the bottom 3 of the lineup. This would be, again, the minimum for Tewksbury through 6. Hassey puts down the sign. Tewksbury looks in the pitch to Motley, and that's going to be 5-11 base hit. First base hit of the ball game. That was a ballpark single, so Motley's on the hit. First base hit for Kansas City here in the 6th. So here is Jim Sundberg. Kind of figured that was going to happen at some point. All of a sudden, that brings a time runner to the plate and also brings a point of weakness for Tewksbury to check in on. He's probably only a 5, if not a 6. So he's probably going to be showing signs of fatigue at some point. Yankees start to get their top-end guys up. Brian Fisher starts to throw, and he's throwing heat in that bullpen. Hassey puts down the sign. Tewksbury from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Sundberg. And that's going to be a 1-10. That is going to be a line drive. Meacham with the play, 1 away. So Motley had a hold, and here's Buddy Biancalata. He's 0 for 1. Flied out his first time up. Runner on first, 1 out in the 6th. Yankees lead by 2. Hassey puts down the sign for him. Tewksbury working from the stretch. Runner on first and 1 out. Here's the pitch to Biancalata. 1-6 and got him on strikes. A huge strikeout for Tewksbury. 2 outs in the 6th. That brings up the top of the order and Rudy Law. So Law comes up. He's popped up and grounded out. Motley on at first. Law coming now. This is the 3rd time through the lineup for Tewksbury. Hassey sets in the target. Tewksbury from the stretch pitch to Law. And that's going to be a 2-2 ground ball to second. Randolph's got it. Goes over to Randolph. And the Royals are done in the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. We played 6. The score at the end of 6 is 2, and the Royals nothing as we head to the 3rd inning. Hello, everybody who has come out to the ballpark. I appreciate everybody. Al, Red Sox fan, World's Worst Gamer. Beatles internally here at the ballpark, and also people watching from above inside the Royal Stadium complex here. Please board. Appreciate everyone that's here. Please hit the like. I would appreciate that. Please subscribe if you have not. And I also appreciate any and all comments. Top of the 7th, Yankee Baseball here on WPIX. Yankees 2, Royals nothing. We'll be back again here again tomorrow night as the Yankees finish the series here with Kansas City. As will be Dennis Rasmussen, the left-hander, taking on Brooklyn's own Dennis Leonard, top of the 7th. Palurudo batter, he's 0 for 2. He has flined out and flied out. Again, Palurudo not allowed on the grounds of the dollar store, not even on the grounds of 7-Eleven. Yeah, you can find the nickel candy, but Palurudo can stay out till he gets to the buck at least. Sundberg sets down the sign. This is going to be the Mike Palurudo line instead of the Mendoza line. Left new pitchers, Danny Jackson. So the Royals lifted Gubicza after 6. Again, I do set these guys up to go that way. If he was a 6 and a non-starred, you are going out usually after 6 innings. So Danny Jackson, he's 11-12, 1 save. I'm surprised he even had a relief arm in this game. Let's look at him, which means he was not yet part of this Royal rotation. He has a 3, so he can go the rest of here. 11-12, 1 save, 3.20 ERA, and this is his first appearance of the season in this 86 campaign. Wonder maybe this might be around his first when he debuted. But again, this is kind of fun to see guys who you know and pitching in the 86 campaign. So here's Pags, lefty on lefty, and Pags hasn't struggled enough. The Royals bring in a lefty to face him. So Sundberg puts down the sign for him. Danny Jackson from the windup. Here's the pitch to Palurudo. 4-6 and got the inside corner. Struck him out, and Palurudo is 0 for 3. Here is Willie Randolph. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. Sundberg puts down the sign. Danny Jackson from the windup. Here's the pitch to Randolph. 3-4 ground ball to short. Biancalana's got it. He's got time. Throws out to Balboni for 2 outs here in the 7th. Bobby Meacham, the batter, who's 0 for 2. Sundberg puts down the sign. Danny Jackson for the windup. Here's the pitch to Bobby Meacham. 1-8 and struck out the side. Danny Jackson looking impressive in his first relief appearance, his first game of the year. Let's go to the bottom of the 7th. Let's get up and stretch. Here in Kansas City, Yankees lead by 2-0. So the Royals come up. It'll be the meat of the order. Wilson, Brett, and White. Balboni to follow. Again, this probably could be the last inning for Tewksbury as he's entering the 7th. Yankees have Brian Fisher still up in their bullpen getting ready. You have a switch to the lefty. And now if he gets on, I think Tewksbury still pitches to Brett because of Tewksbury's effectiveness against the left-handers. We'll find out. Hasse sets in the target. Bob Tewksbury with the windup. Here's the pitch to White or Wilson. 2-6 ground ball. Mattingly's got it. Waves at Tewksbury to stay still. Takes it to the bag. 1 out in the 7th. So now here is Mr. George Brett with the tying runner not on base. Padella is staying put, and Tewksbury's going to pitch to him. Brett has fly down and ground out. 1 out in the 7th. Hasse puts down the sign for him. Tewksbury with the big windup and deals to George Brett. 2-9 ground ball to first. Mattingly's got it. This time he'll take it to the bag himself again for the 2nd out. So 2 outs here in the 7th as Bob Tewksbury keeping the ball on the ground and pitching just as well as Ed Whitson did in the opener. I'm totally surprised. Here's the second baseman, Frank White. He's flied out and grounded out. Tewksbury pitching one hell of a ball game after 2 bad starts. Hasse puts down the sign. Tewksbury with the windup. Here's the pitch to Frank White. 1-3, line drive. Palurudo makes a nice play and then ends the inning. Royals go 3 up, 3 down in the 7th. It's 1-0 Yanks as we head to the inning. So now it's in the 8th inning here, and I'm going to go ahead and look at our line score so far. It has been a Bob Tewksbury type game. 4 Yankees, 2 runs on 5 hits, a run in the first, run in the 4th. First run scored on the Yankees side as Don Mattingly, a double play ball, scored Ricky Henderson from third. That was helped out by a big error by Frank White in the first. And then Don Mattingly scored on a run, Hasse double. That's been the scoring, 2 runs on 5 hits. Gubicza only gave up 2 runs. 1 was earned in 6 innings of work. Bob Tewksbury has already gone 7 strong, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. Of course, no walks. He's always been known as a Greg Maddux type, where he has really almost perfect control of the strike zone. Here we go, top of the 8th. Yankees lead by 2. Henderson 1 for 2 and has also added 2 stolen bases. Sundberg sets in this target. Danny Jackson on the mound, and here's the pitch to Ricky. And that's going to be a 6-6. That's a base hit for Ricky. So Ricky's on first. He's on again. That's a good sign for these Yankees. And here's Griffey. And now Danny Jackson's a -3, -1 for Sundberg, -2 to hold. So now Ricky, if he can get the leads 1-13, if not, he'll probably have to hold. Let's see if Ricky can get the jump on Danny Jackson. He does and gets the stolen base. He has the hat trick. So Ricky steals his third base of the day. He puts a lot of pressure on these teams when he's able to steal. Runner on second and nobody out. Here's Griff, 1 for 3. Big opportunity for Griffey to add a run here. Hitting against the lefty. Sundberg puts down the sign. Danny Jackson from the stretch, and here's the pitch to Griffey. It's a 3-7. Hit him with the pitch. He went inside. So Griffey will take first. First and second, nobody out. And here is Don Mattingly. Mattingly 1 for 3 in the ball game. He grounded out the double play, which induced the first run of the ball game. He singled the fourth, scored on a Hasse double, and he grounded out in the fifth. Mattingly finding as April ends, he's finding his bat starting to get warm. Sundberg sets in the sign. Danny Jackson first and second, no outs. A perfectly primed position for Mattingly to hit in. Here's a pitch to Don Mattingly. 2-10, single, 111, base hit Mattingly. Henderson had a hole to make sure it wasn't caught. He stops at third. Wilson throws it in, and the Yankees got the bases loaded with no outs, a chance to really break this open. And they have another left-handed bat, unfortunately, coming up, and that is Ron Hasse. He's going to stay in the game and not force a pitching change if the Yankees decide to go with Waniger. So Hasse stays in there. He's been playing so well. He's been handling Bob Tewksbury really well here today. Sundberg puts down the sign. Danny Jackson, after a great first inning, has now loaded the bases here in the eighth with nobody out. Bases loaded. Danny Jackson from the stretch, and here's the pitch to Hasse. That's a 3-3. Pop to second. Hasse throws the bat down. Frank White makes the catch. Infield fly is called, and that's 1 out. Oh, my God, 1 away. Infield fly out, folks. That means the batter is out. The runners can advance at their own peril. But Hasse was an automatic out when he hit that. So here is Dave Winfield, 0 for 3 in the ballgame. Boy, this is his opportunity. But I have a feeling with Danny, he's a 4R. I wouldn't take him out here. Looks like Jackson, like Tewksbury, pitches the right-handers much better than he does the lefties. We'll see if they decide to stay with him here. Winfield so far has 2 groundouts and a flyout. Sundberg puts down the sign. Yankees 1 grand slam on the air. That was Mattingly on the last trip. Jackson from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Winfield. And that's going to be a 5-5 single. No, Biancolata makes the catch, and Griffey had a hold. 2 outs. So the Yankees try not to waste something here. They've blown leads like this before, hence Milwaukee series. Mike Easler, the batter, and now where Easler definitely struggles versus the left-handed batter, you might have to make a change. Pinella, who was known to be the one who kind of, unfortunately, was the one who kind of, Paul O'Neill might be, if Paul O'Neill started to hit with Cincinnati, then again, he may never have gotten traded if he was treated so well. Lou Piniella was the one who kind of kept O'Neill in that lefty platoon crap. And so with Pinella here, you know he probably would bat for Easler. So here we go. Dale Barra, the batter. He's a 3L. So Barra will swing. He's the DH, will stay in the game. Let's see if it changes a Royal pitcher. Barra is hitting 385, 13 at-bats, a double homer, 4 RBIs. The Yankees try not to waste a golden opportunity. Sundberg sets in the sign, and Danny Jackson from the stretch. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and they are going to go a new pitcher, Steve Bridge, too far. 0-2, 2 saves, 2.08 ERA. And that is exactly why I do things, folks, why it's set up the way, so you don't have to, so the computer makes the changes it's supposed to. So far in the game, working from the stretch, bases loaded, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Barra, and that's going to be a 1-5 pop to second. Wasted opportunities. Gilligan's Island hadn't even had that many castaways. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's 2-0 Yanks as the Yankees leave. The bases loaded. Bottom of the 8th on this 3-hour tour. As the Royals will send up Balboni, McRae, and Motley against Bob Tewssbury. Now, technically, this would be his last opportunity to pitch, as he will be ultimately fatigued. He goes in the 9th, I believe. I think he's a 6 or a 2. He can probably pitch in the 9th, I think. We'll have to see. Balboni, McRae, Motley. We'll see what Strap does. I'm trying to think. I think you get 2 plus the 1 you can. So let's see if they get to Tewksbury here. Fisher and Righetti now up in the bullpen. Fisher has been used a lot. You want to get him in here before you lose him, just because he was in the bullpen so much. And with a righty, we'll see what happens with Tukes here. Hasse sets the target. Bob Tewsbury with the windup. Here's the pitch to Balboni. 3-7 and struck him out. Tewksbury threw that fish over, and he swung over it. So a nice change of pace by Tewksbury. 1 out in the 8th, and here's Hal McRae. Hal McRae 0 for 2, grounded out and flied out. Hasse puts down the sign. Tewksbury looks in. Here's the pitch to McRae. And that's a 1-2 deep drive to left field. That's trouble. That will hit the top of the wall. Griffey will play against it. McRae to second. And all of a sudden, the Yankees not taking advantage of that bases loaded situation. And the Royals have the tying run come to the plate. So a double for McRae. And now here's Darryl Motley. With Motley, the batter, followed by Sundberg and Biancalana. What do the Yankees do in this situation? Tewksbury will sit out there, or do they go after him? Do they want Fisher here? Fisher is my Jeff Reardon from my 80 Met replay. Fisher has been so good so far. Brian Fisher so far, his ERA is at 1.74. He's had 2 of the wins. And Fisher will come in. So Lou Piniella will take the ball from Bob Tewksbury. Here comes Brian Fisher. Brian Fisher 2-0, 1.74 ERA, 9 hits, 10 innings, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Fisher comes in, a 5-arm. We'll get a chance to pitch to a couple righties before he gets a Biancalana at the bottom of the plate. You can expect Dave Righetti to pitch to Brett in the 9th. Hasse puts down the sign. Fisher from the stretch. 1 out, runner on second. Here's the pitch to Motley. And the Royals are going to go to a gentleman famous from 1985 World Series, George Orta. He's hitting .333, 6 at-bats, has a couple doubles. He's known to hit right-handed pitching really well. Orta, of course, famous for one of those famous plays in World Series history when I think he was the one who beat the runner out in the Don Deckinger play. So Orta comes in, runner on second, 1 out. Fisher now pitching to the lefty. All of a sudden, Brian Fisher's card looks like batting practice. Now Fisher does not want to pitch. He does not want to pitch behind the count. Hasse puts down the sign. Fisher from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Orta. That's going to be a 6-8 and walks him. So Fisher waits behind him. Orta draws the walk, and all of a sudden the Yankee hordes of Kansas City is starting to show its head. First and second, 1 out in the 8th. There's Sundberg. He, again, one of those clutch hitting guys. First and second, 1 out. Sundberg, Fisher, righty matchup. We'll see if they bat for Sundberg here or do they bat him here. Biancalana on deck. Hasse puts down the sign. Fisher from the stretch. 2 on, 1 out. Here's the pitch. But they're going to they bring in a guy named Taylor. So George Orta, a veteran out there, gets pinch run for, and that is Dwight Taylor. Never really heard of him. He is on the Royal roster, I guess. These are as played guys. So Dwight Taylor will run at first. McRae at second. First and second, 1 out. Tying runners on board. Sundberg up. Hasse again puts down the target. Fisher working from the stretch, had to step off there. Looks back at McRae. Not great foot speed on the bases. Taylor is, but he's anchored with McRae at second. Here's the pitch to Sundberg. And that's a 3-7. That's a 3-7. That's a foul ball. Deep fly. Foul ball. Struck him out. So Sundberg struck out. That was Stratomatic's fun way to do a deep fly ball, foul ball, and then the strikeout. So that's 2 outs for Sundberg, and now here's Buddy Biancalana. Can Fisher get through this inning? And then Righetti can have the 9th. Fisher first and second. Buddy loses 3 of those hits in his 3 column now due to clutch of not being able to hit with runners in 2 outs in scoring position. Hasse sets in the target, puts down the sign. Fisher from the stretch, first and second, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Biancalana. 4-12. That is a single for Biancalana. He had a hold. That was a single. Well, that was a single 1-18. McRae holds. The Royals have the bases loaded for Rudy Long. And I think we're going to have a problem. Righetti might be asked to do a 4-out save. So now let's take a look and see what our situation here at the big ballpark in KC. Rudy Law's the batter. You got Wilson, who can hit a lefty better. Then you got Brett, and then you got White. And here comes Piniella, puts up the left hand, and he's going to ask for Righetti. Righetti's going to ask to do a 4-out save. He is their closer. 46 saves on the season. He'll be asked to get 4 outs. Righetti comes in, no record, 8.10 ERA. He imploded in that one game badly against Milwaukee. He has a save, 3 innings, 7 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Righetti is a 2R. Usually Righetti's always pitched better with his slider to right-handers. So now here is Law. This turns Law completely around. Let's look at the Royal bench and see what the Royals might do. Angel Salazar is a 4L on the bench and an opportunity guy. Let's see if they decide to bring in Salazar, the hit for Law. He is the left fielder in this situation. Hasse sets in the target. Righetti from the stretch. Bases loaded, 2 outs. They will bat for him. It will be Angel Salazar. So they do bring in the right-handed bat on the bench. Salazar played a lot in the first series against the Yankees. He's hitting .250 with an RBI. So Salazar to hit here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Righetti needs to get a big out here. Hasse sits in the sign for him again, puts down the numbers. Righetti from the stretch. Bases loaded, 2 out. Pitch to Salazar. 2-6 is a ground ball short. Meacham the Randolph gets the out and gets the big out of the game. So Meacham the Randolph and Dave Righetti works his way out of the jam. So a nice deal there. Brian Fisher, Pat Righetti on the back, as that allows Bob Tewksbury to stay in for the win. 2-0 Yankees. We head to the 9th. And here is Mr. again, Mike Palurudo. What else do we need to speak about Mikey today? 34 bats, has a triple and RBI, hitting a .88. So he comes up batting against Farr here. Sundberg sets in the target. Farr looks in, and the windup to Mr. Mike Palurudo. 3-5 ground ball to short. Pags is going to go for 4. Biancolata throws him out, and that's 1 out in the 9th. Boy, that saga just continues. Here is Willie Randolph. He's 0 for 3. And to be honest, I'm not pulling Pag out. I've already batted Barrett already, and we got Fishland, who maybe can play third, and Pags is a 2, so I'm not taking defense out. He's going to have to work himself out of that slump. Randolph won at bat here in the 9th. He's 0 for 3, struck out twice and grounded out. Sundberg puts down the sign. Farr with the big windup and pitch to Randolph. And that's a 6-9 ground ball to second. White's got it, goes to first, and that's 2 outs in the 9th. Now here's Bobby Meacham. He's 0 for 3. He has struck out, lined out, and struck out. So he struck out twice against Steve Farr, right-hander. Sundberg puts down the sign. Farr with it, and the pitch to Meacham. And that's a 6-10 fly ball to center. That should be an easy play for Wilson. He's a 2-3. Makes the catch and ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Let's head to the 9th. Yankees lead by 2-0. The Royals will send up right now Willie Wilson, followed by George Brett and Frank White. Will be a switch lefty-righty against Dave Righetti here in the home 9th. Is the Yankees going to pull this off, or is another Royal Stadium nightmare ready to go on? Dave Righetti looks in, looking to get the save in the 9th. Hasse sets the target. Righetti looks in, and the pitch to Wilson. And that's a 6-4 catch X. Hasse's a 4-E6, because hopefully he makes the catch. Popped up, makes the catch and 1 away, gets the speedster Wilson out of there. And now here's Brett, and that's a different situation. You don't have the tying man on. Righetti can be a little more aggressive to Brett in this situation. A home run doesn't do anything but to get you a run closer. Hasse sets in the target. Righetti looks in. 1 out in the 9th. Here's the pitch to Brett. Brett on a 6-6 struck him out. Righetti says, screw that. 2 outs in the 9th. Brett on strikes, and Righetti's 1 out from his second save, and it's going to be a 4-inning save or a 4-out save. Here's Frank White, 0 for 3. Flight out, ground out, lined out. And White hits extremely better against righties. So White's power does diminish a little bit against the left-handers. Hasse sets in the target. Righetti looks in. This could be the ball game as he sets and throws. And that's a 3-12 ground ball to short. Meacham goes the first in the Yankees game on a score of 2-0. What a game for Bob Tewksbury and this Yankees staff. The Yankees improved to 5-8, so now they've won 3 in a row and have ensured a series win. They'll now go for the sweep tomorrow night as Dennis Rasmussen takes on Brooklyn's own Dennis Leonard, who's in the later end of his career. So a Yankee sweep, just like they did in real life, it could happen. The Royals will drop to 9-5. Gubicza goes 6 innings, could sue his team for non-support. 5 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Danny Jackson came in, pitched an inning, 2/3, 2 hits. Far inning and a third went really well. Tewksbury, the MVP, 7 1/3, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts. Brian Fisher, a third, 1 hit. He's kind of labored a little bit, a walk and a strikeout. Rigetti came in, pitched an inning and a third, absolutely gas. Strikeout ERA now drops a bit to 5.79. Great ballpark attendance in my chat. Thank you to everybody. Doubles by Hassey, McRae, RBIs by Hassey. Henderson with a trifecta, 3 stolen bases. The Yankees got multiple hits from Henderson, who was 2 for 3 in a run scored. Remember that. That's a big game for him. Mattingly, 2 for 4 in a run scored. His average is now at 315. Hassey's 2 for 4, average now up to 263. For the Royals, they had 3 guys with 1 hit. McRae, Motley, Biancolata. Yankees hold the Royals to only 3 hits. Well, folks, that's the ball game here at Royal Stadium. Yankees will go for a sweep tomorrow night. Again, it's Tewksbury versus Dennis Leonard. Once that is complete, we'll look at the New York Yankees schedule in advance, kind of give you an idea what to expect. Thursday, it's going to be no TV as the Yankees return to the stadium for a 4-game series with the Cleveland Indians. That's Neil Heaton and Ron Guidry. We'll see if that one will be a radio broadcast or not. We'll see what the options are for that night. Yankees will return back to TV Friday night for Tom Candiotti and Joe Niekro. Battle of Knuckleballers on Friday night. Yankees, there's no TV coming up this Saturday. That will probably be an offline. That's normally what they do with Saturday games. They usually hold them for game of the week, and I don't see that being a game of the week option, so I'll probably play that one offline. And then the Yankees always will have a game on a Sunday afternoon, which is Niekro and Tewksbury from the stadium. That's the 4-game. We're almost at the end of April at that point. So tomorrow night is Rasmussen and Leonard. We'll go ahead and play those games. Thank you, folks, for coming in the ballpark. I'm going to say thank you for everyone who decided and show themselves. Thank you so much. Sean, World Wars Gamer, Al, Red Sox fan, thank you. Beatles internally came in. Thank you so much. I'm really thank you for all you guys for appreciate coming. And also everyone else who popped who are watching from the chat and staying quiet. That's fine. And I do appreciate that. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate everyone. Can be, let's see, making sure there's not anybody else I might have missed here. And thank you so much for appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you, Sean, again, Beatles and Al and everyone else popping in for this chat. Yankees win. Again, if you have extra amount of questions, there is a part 3 of my web class on how to do an as-played game on the computer. A lot of people ask that question or how to do it. So I did show them kind of what I use in my kind of settings, and that's about a half hour. So that's on the game. So watch that if you're watching this later on. Again, folks, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Again, we'll see you again probably tomorrow night for another game as the Yankees will finish the series with the Royals before heading back home to the confines of Yankee Stadium for series with 4 with the Indians. Thank you, folks. See you later. Come again. We'll talk to you soon.